want a bit of Janet and John? Listen to this. It's in the garden and it's one of my favourites. Come on, three of you. Come on. Right. Let's have a look. What have we got? You read the red lines, right? You do the blue. We're going up. We're get yourself a chair. We're going up. And you can read. Alright? Listen to this. It's great. Love it. Oh, yeah, stop.
Janet and John are in the garden. Janet wants to cut down the garden hedge, but she cannot reach the top. John can reach, but he's not allowed to play with sharp things after the last time. Janet also wants to plant a climber to cover up one of John's sheds. Janet sends John to borrow some long-handled shears from a neighbour. Clever John remembers that he has often seen their neighbour, Mrs. Frontage, trimming her hedge. John goes to see Mrs. Frontage. Mrs. Frontage has a Brazilian bush. Do you know what a Brazilian bush is? John doesn't. John cannot see a Brazilian anywhere in Mrs. Frontage's garden, however hard he looks.
I wonder if I could borrow some shears,
says John.
But you can find them,
says Mrs. Frontage. Mrs. Frontage is from Edinburgh. See the tattoos.
I have lots of hoes and rakes and things in the shed. See if you can find them in the tool chest. If you can find them, you could help me with some trimming.
Thank you, I will,
said John. Poor John. He could only find one small, rusty old pair of shears. John goes next door to see Mr. Terrace. Mr. Terrace is not in, but Mrs. Terrace is. Mrs. Terrace is from St. Mungo's Lee. See the Whitman flags. Mrs. Terrace says,
"Ooh, Charlie is some in the garage. Let me help you find them."
Kind Mrs. Terrace. Mrs. Terrace is from Wales. See the consonants. See John take the shears and set off down the road to see Janet. On the way home, John meets Mrs. Perkins. Mrs. Perkins is from the co-op. See the smiling faces. Mrs. Perkins says that she would like something to perk up the privet in her front garden.
"Oh, can I have a cutting from your clematis fatalis, please, John?"
says Mrs. Perkins. Do you know what clematis is? John does. John has lots of helpful books in his shed, and quite a few of them have pictures. John says that Janet is looking for a climber. Mrs. Perkins says,
"You should try Impomea purpurea. My dog has a nice, reliable one at the back of the woodshed. Get Janet to pop around to see if she wants a cutting."
John goes home.
"What have you been up to?"
asks Janet.
"You were gone a long time."
I called in to see Mrs. Frontage,
says John.
She said she could help me if I was looking for a hoe. And I could have a good rummage in her chest if I'd like. In return, she asked if I could help her trim her bush. But I couldn't get what I wanted. It wasn't until Mrs. Terrace showed me her Charlies in the garage that I came across a pair big enough.
"And who was that I saw you talking to in the road?"
says Janet.
That was Mrs. Perkins,
says John.
She was after a wild time, and I asked if I could have a bit of my old man's beard in her front edge. She said that in exchange, Mr. Perkins has a purple morning glory. He could show